financial problems, elder law, criminal law, tax problems, business matters, divorce, personal injury, bankruptcy, your life, your reality. Life is complicated. There is the law and there is reality. Welcome to Law and Reality, sponsored by Thav Gross. Now here's your host, Ken Gross.
Welcome to this segment of Law and Reality. Today is one of Pat Samasco's favorite topics, elder law and retirement planning in these crazy times.
I thought it would have been woodworking in northern Michigan.
Come for the wood, stay for the elder law.
There you go. Brian Small, good morning.
Good morning, Ken.
Pat Samasco, good morning.
Thank you. You know, that woodworking has been my greatest marketing in the office, because when I'm doing the woodworking on the videos and I show them, everybody watches. Now when I go into any events or parties or talk about here, it's all, yeah, aren't you? Oh, yeah, it's fun.
That is, so maybe I need a new habit.
I just about killed myself though last week. Literally, I had
you
my
still have all fingers and toes.
It's my leg. It's my leg. I chainsaw, and the chainsaw came down. I just looked down, and my pants were shredded from my ankle all the way up to my thigh.
But it didn't.
It did not cut a hair off of my leg.
Came close.
Oh God, it was almost long. Which means you just never know.
What improper safety procedures were you not
Head
following?
up my ass. When my head's all the way up my ass, I can't see where the tools are at any one time. Literally, that's
my goodness.
Were you texting on your phone while you're sawing with the other hand?
I would just hand it, and usually you have the big chaps that with the blade hits, it'll seize it up. No.
Wow.
Work.
So you didn't wear your PPE?
No, I didn't.
Okay.
Well,
You just never
you're not going to
know,
wear
man.
PPE to protect your leg, are you?
Yeah, you
Yeah,
have
you do.
one.
You
Oh,
should.
It's a set of chaps that if the blade hits it, it grabs it and like locks it up so it doesn't go into your leg. So
Wow.
Which this is it. You just never know.
All right,
It'll
so
never happen.
Let
to
me ask you a question. Would you agree with the statement that the old retirement model no longer works?
You know what? It's just so weird out there. People are. It's a whole different set of fears. Inflation going through the biggest problem right now is U.S. debt, and that's causing inflation. And they're going to keep raising raising
is
and
it
raising.
inflation? Is the debt causing inflation, or right now, oil is causing inflation?
Everything.
But if inflation is steady at 2.5% to 3% a year, I would argue that is what it's always been since the 80s.
Yeah.
And back in the 80s and the late 70s, we had inflation of 15%.
Yeah.
We had mortgage rates.
Right.
My first house, I took a variable mortgage because fixed rates were over 12%, and I think I had a variable at 8%.
And what was the interest rate you were getting on your bank account?
Back then,
5 or
probably
6,
3,
7.
3 or 4.
Yeah. Now it's it was 0. for a long time.
0.005.
But money markets right now are down to in the 2.5% to 3% range. A year and a half ago, they were at 4.5% to 5%, which is a pretty good return.
Well, because
as inflation came down, then the money rates money rates went down.
You got a plan.
But you can't get it at the commercial banks. That's what's annoying.
Yeah. And the other big difference from way back then till now, it's something called pensions, right? Who's got a pension?
That's where I'm coming from, the old model versus now. The pensions are gone.
There was 3 legs to the retirement stool: Social Security, pension, and money in the bank. Now, it's no pension, so you only have 2 legs to the stool. And a lot of people aren't putting money into their retirement account.
That's where you go.
So now you got 1 leg, Social Security.
With our 3-point retirement plan.
Right.
Own your home free and clear.
Right.
0 debt.
Right.
Cash in the bank. So,
and here's the question people come in. Mom's 65, how do I fix it so she has all those 3 things? And the answer, she should have started when she was 35.
If
And
she's
all
still-
these kids are blowing money on the Starbucks and the big fancy phones and the third phone and the fourth phone and the fifth phone, and they're not putting any money. We have people in our office that we put into their 401k plan, they pull it out and pay the penalty because they need the money to live
Not
on.
only that, they also don't put in to even make the match.
No.
Yeah.
Well, no.
But that was true. That's true today. I can tell you that was true 15 and 20 years ago as well. But no pensions.
That's a big deal.
That's a big problem. So when your example right there, when mom and dad come in and they're 65 and they owe $200,000 on the mortgage, that's a problem. But you could get rid of the other debt, and they need to. The problem is, this is the impossibility that people are finding themselves in every day. I don't know how often you see it when
We
they're coming
don't
in
see
for
a
elder
lot.
law. You see it all the time.
Yeah, but this is an elder law segment, not the bankruptcy, credit card.
So you said mom and dad came in and they had
But the
mortgage.
elder law segment is, the elder law issue is my money going to last till the day I die?
That is a big question. More people are worried about running out of money than their health.
I mean,
which is a sad
I meet
thing.
with my
Well, when they
financial
come in,
advisor.
do they have credit card debt?
Very few.
So most
They
of them-
really don't
And
have-
they have their houses paid?
Most of them have their houses paid. Most of them might have 10 grand in credit card debt. Not very many on the percentage. So they may not have a lot of extra money to go around, but they're not doing the trips, and they're not. Their cars.
And they're trying to
12 years
But,
preserve
here,
what
but
they
here's
have.
here's where the problems lie. They're not doing that stuff, but then their house needs a new roof,
That's a problem.
and they need
sure.
a new furnace, and they don't have the money capable to fix that problem, and suddenly
We're-
they get into debt. And
Well,
that, I'm seeing a
that's
lot
not-
of people
We got
over
we
the
have
age
two,
of 70
we have
getting.
two buckets.
Right.
We have the bucket of people that don't have enough cash in the bank and savings. They have debt and they're at retirement age. They're not really the elder law planning client.
They
and then you have
figured
the
it
client
out.
that has the money.
Well, there's
They've
two.
lived conservatively, but they're worried about the nursing home.
There's an in between there. They figured it out how to get through the day to day, the year to year. They're frugal, and now all of a sudden they don't want to go to the nursing home, so they want to go into assisted living, and then they don't have any money to pay for assisted living because that's $5-6 grand a month.
Why is it a problem? Why is assisted living a problem, whereas a nursing home is
Yes,
not?
it's a big difference
Explain.
because Medicaid will pay nursing homes. Medicaid will not pay assisted living. It's
So can you
always
find
private
a
pay.
Medicaid facility that acts like a nursing home? Or acts like a
assisted living?
Let's take a break and answer that question.
If you're retired and in a financial crisis, there is a way out.
It pains me when I see a retired couple exhaust their savings by paying credit card bills and for a home hopelessly underwater.
Thav Gross specializes in helping retired people in financial crisis.
You just can't keep paying until you're broke. You need to address the problem now.
888-235-HELP. That's 888-235-HELP.
We're Thav Gross. Our firm will solve your problem.
You can't work. You have to deal with pain and stress. Worse yet, our system for applying for disability benefits seeks to deny you the benefits you're entitled. Jeff Kirschner is an expert in obtaining disability and workers' compensation benefits for his clients. You need to call Jeff before you apply or after you're denied to get the benefits you deserve. 888-235-HELP. 888-235-HELP. Is the debt piling up? Struggling to get by?
It's all about preserving future income. Bankruptcy is one option. When it's right, it's the least costly, most effective way to save your home, eliminate a second mortgage, and wipe out credit card debt. But you need to address the problem now.
We help people with bankruptcy. Call the experts.
We're Thav Gross. Our firm will solve your problem.
888-235-HELP. That's 888-235-HELP.
Okay, Lisa, we have one last question for you. How old should your grandkids be before they can take the money and spend it on their own?
Thanks, Grandma. Thanks, and I'm getting mine next week.
35.
You've worked hard your whole life to create a lasting legacy for your heirs. Let Samasco Law help you make the right decisions to protect the ones you love. Samasco Law, protecting what means most, because that's what we do.
Carrying too much debt? Resolve your debt. Call Thav Gross.
You don't need to be broke, and you don't need to hit rock bottom. If you have income and you're struggling with debt, dump it. Think about the next 10 or 20 years. If you do what the banks tell you, you'll have nothing to retire with. There is a solution.
Don't waste your future. Call Thav Gross. We're experts at eliminating credit card debt. 888-235-HELP. That's 888-235-HELP. Tax problems are major problems. Don't let the IRS levy your wages and seize your assets. There is a solution.
We're Thav Gross. Our firm will solve your problem.
If you're behind on your taxes and owe money to the IRS, call Thav Gross.
We've been solving tax problems for 32 years. We stop wage levies, resolve unfiled returns, and obtain the best possible settlements.
Call Thav Gross today, 888-235-HELP.
So right on that point, Pat, can you make a nursing home more like a assisted
Yeah, they
living?
are. 10,000 people a day are turning 65. So when the baby boomers, they were building cradles and then high schools and then people working, and now everybody's at the age that they're going to need assisted livings and nursing homes. So they're making nursing homes to look pretty. The trouble is, to be Medicaid, you have to be in a Medicaid certified nursing home. Well, you got to be sick enough to be in a Medicaid certified. You got to have dementia. You need to be qualified to be in that nursing home. So if you're just old,
you're just old and fragile, and you
That's
don't.
not
Do
have
all the
enough.
nursing homes take Medicaid?
most of them do, or most of them are. Almost all of them are Medicaid. The question is it 30% of the beds, 50% of the beds?
Do they go and they apply and they say, well, X number of
Yeah,
beds
you
as
need-
Medicaid beds?
And they want the Medicaid.
Why wouldn't they make them all Medicaid beds?
Because Medicaid won't give you the certification.
Oh, okay.
Medicaid knows exactly what the budget's going to be because they know exactly how many beds, and they're always full.
And they know how many people are turning 65, and it's all statistics.
Well, they know every bed is full.
Yeah.
So every bed in the Michigan is full, so they know exactly what why doesn't Medicaid pay for at home? It's a lot less expensive because a gazillion people will want Medicaid at home, so they never
But
pay.
even though it could be more efficient, the efficiency would lose out to the
Right.
extremely large number
Right.
of people that would be eligible
and
for it.
same thing with assisted living. So
Because people would love to be able to stay home
Right.
and get support for
right,
doing that.
or in that pretty.
Well, what percentage of people
Big problem.
end up needing assisted living
they're- oh God.
As opposed to nursing homes?
as opposed to nursing homes?
At some point in time, pretty much 100%. If you live long enough, I don't have an answer to that.
Yeah, because
but-
that's a degree. I mean,
Yeah.
it's
out of these three, if we live long enough, every one of us will want assisted living because it's beautiful. They feed you. They got a movie theater. And for guys, it's 10 women to every man in there. So you're going to get free lunches and dinners.
what's the movie selection?
Oh, they got them all, man. So
Because I don't like these new movies where they're texting instead of
Newfangled
talking. I
movies.
like the movies from the 80s and the 90s.
these newfangled movies. By that age, it's these newfangled movies. We like the ones in the 2020s. But back to it, people don't have the money to pay for the assisted living. So now they're stuck being at home or having to move in with one of their kids.
Well, if you've got a client you're doing Medicaid planning for,
Yep.
then and you're trying to save their assets and have the government pay the nursing home as much as possible,
Yeah.
they do have money that they could use for
It's
assisted
not,
living.
no,
don't they?
that is absolutely not true. What they have is the house. So the house is always their biggest asset. So it's paid off, or it's almost paid off, or they got a
And you
mortgage.
got two spouses.
Well,
And only
it's one or
needs-
two. It
yeah.
doesn't matter. The house is always protected from the nursing home, but you can't sell the house. If you sell the house, now you got a bunch of money, and now the money's not protected.
So you could reverse
So you get
mortgage.
somebody
no,
out-
no,
you
no,
get
no,
somebody
no,
out-
no,
mortgage
time
it.
out, no. What you do is you go out and you put the money not into a revocable trust, you put it into the irrevocable trust. Why? Because then you can sell the house, and then you could use the money for the care, or the money if it went into the nurse.
Transfer the house into the irrevocable
Yep.
trust, and then sell the house. The
Yep.
money goes in the irrevocable
But-
trust. But you got your 5-year
In
rule.
5 years, you have to do it 5 years before. Now, in between that,
To me, that's like the most impossible problem. Here, I'm 70, almost 72.
yeah.
Okay.
You're
I don't-
old.
I don't. Okay, so I should be transferring all my assets into an irrevocable trust because maybe at 77 I'm going to be a basket
Not
case?
for you, and the difference is you're married. If you're married,
Then
we
got a
can
buffer
always
zone.
protect the
So
money.
If I was single,
If Bonnie died and you're sitting there, you're gonna say, Pat, when do I have to do it? 5 years before you're in the nursing home. And you're gonna say, well, how do I know that? And I go, the answer is you gotta do it 5 years. So if you do it now and you're in a nursing home 4 years from now, you have to private pay for 1 year. If you do it now and you're in the nursing home 4 years and 6 months, you gotta pay for 6 months. But if you don't do it and now you're in the nursing home, you gotta pay for 5 years. So the earlier the start, the better plans you can have.
so in that situation, I'd have to make this assessment. If there's enough there that it can cover me to death, but exhausts all the money and leaves nothing to the children,
Yeah.
would I prefer that so I retain complete control over my destiny?
Right.
Or would I be smarter to do an irrevocable trust? I make my most responsible child the trustee.
Well, here's a question.
I retain all the passwords to all of the accounts.
Here's a question.
And they don't have the passwords, and then I'm fine.
Well, here's a question. Do you trust your daughter?
Yeah, I trust both of my
So what's the
daughters.
problem?
It still would be. I'm not there. I'm not. First of all, fortunately, Bonnie's alive and fine, and so I'm not there to cross that question. But what would the problem be? A loss of control.
Bonnie's mom.
Oh no,
Bonnie's dad.
no, it would be a loss of control.
Yeah, that's the thing. The younger you are, so this is
I'm
what I always
running
say.
my
This is
I'm
what I
running my
always say.
business.
No, okay.
I'm
this
working.
Is it.
I'm doing
you
everything.
Absolutely have that issue that you do not want to give up control, and I understand it completely. You die. Do you think it's important that Bonnie has someone watching over it? You die,
Yeah,
and everything's going to Bonnie.
Bonnie would want somebody watching
That's
over
the
it.
thing.
Yeah.
So we could set it up that if you die, you have 100% control. You die, it goes to the irrevocable trust. Now someone's watching it over for Bonnie. Every dad does not want to give up control, but every dad wants to make sure his wife doesn't marry the pool boy.
Oh, I'm not worried about that.
But you worry about the nursing home taking it.
Yeah, I mean, it could be that if I die and it goes to Bonnie, then she needs to do Medicaid planning at
Yeah,
that point.
so that's when you won't give up control, but Bonnie likes the idea of having the daughter watching over. And if the daughter doesn't do what she says, you can fire the daughter.
I probably. I'd have to have that
Here's the
conversation.
point. The nursing home, your daughter might
Hold
take
that
it.
point.
Okay.
Let's take a break and come back after it.
Tax problems are major problems. Don't let the IRS levy your wages and seize your assets. There is a solution.
Worth Ave Gross, our firm will solve your problem.
If you're behind on your taxes and owe money to the IRS, call Fav Gross.
We've been solving tax problems for 32 years. We stop wage levies, resolve unfiled returns, and obtain the best possible settlements.
Call Fav Gross today, 888-235-HELP.
For almost 60 years, Samasco Law has been the trusted source for helping families navigate the uncertain world of estate planning and elder law. And now, our firm is growing even stronger with the addition of attorneys Joe Frazard and Kelsey Samasco. 2 more lawyers to make sure your family is protected now and into the future. Call Samasco Law today for a free consultation. Our hardworking team is standing by to provide you peace of mind. Samasco Law. Protect what matters.
Is the debt piling up? Struggling to get by?
It's all about preserving future income. Bankruptcy is one option. When it's right, it's the least costly, most effective way to save your home, eliminate a second mortgage, and wipe out credit card debt. But you need to address the problem now.
We help people with bankruptcy. Call the experts.
Worth Ave Gross, our firm will solve your problem.
888-235-HELP. That's 888-235-HELP.
Time for announcements. I want to announce Thav Gross has opened a new office downriver in the Horizon Building on Eureka Road. So now we're in Flint, downriver, and also our home office in Bingham Farms. Remember, you can always come in for a free consultation. You can do it by Zoom conference, in the office, any way that works best for you. Just call 888-235-HELP or go to the website, thavgross.com, to sign up. Debt issues, tax issues, estate planning issues, business law issues, elder law issues with Pat or Kelsey, disability issues with Jeff Kirshner. Again, sign up at lawandreality.com or thavgross.com or just call 888-235-HELP. Also, if you go to the website, you'll see there's free reports. Resolving Tax Problems, The Real Solutions by Jeff Linden and myself. Bankruptcy, Is It Right for Me by Brian Small. How to Save Your Home from Foreclosure. Business Formations, Loans and Grants for Small Businesses in Detroit and Michigan. And The Retiree's Guide to Social Security by Pat Samasco. I want to thank our sponsors, Thav Gross, Samasco Law, Kirshner Law. Now back to the show.
Carrying too much debt? Resolve your debt. Call Thav Gross.
You don't need to be broke, and you don't need to hit rock bottom. If you have income and you're struggling with debt, dump it. Think about the next 10 or 20 years. If you do what the banks tell you, you'll have nothing to retire with. There is a solution.
Don't waste your future. Call Thav Gross. We're experts at eliminating credit card debt. 888-235-HELP. That's 888-235-HELP. You can't work. You have to deal with pain and stress. Worse yet, our system for applying for disability benefits seeks to deny you the benefits you're entitled. Jeff Kirshner is an expert in obtaining disability and workers' compensation benefits for his clients. You need to call Jeff before you apply or after you're denied to get the benefits you deserve. 888-235-HELP. 888-235-HELP. If you're retired and in a financial crisis, there is a way out.
It pains me when I see a retired couple exhaust their savings by paying credit card bills and for a home hopelessly underwater.
Thav Gross specializes in helping retired people in financial crisis.
You just can't keep paying until you're broke. You need to address the problem now.
888-235-HELP. That's 888-235-HELP.
We're Thav Gross. Our firm will solve your problem.
Now let's have that.
So here's the point. My kids may take the money. The nursing home will take the money. That's it. You may
And
have
you'd rather
problems
have
with
your kids take the money. I
Well,
agree.
but we have all the built-in protections.
Oh, you mean they may take the money while you're still alive?
Yeah.
Unlikely.
If they're gonna, we
But you
can
have protections.
You can fire the kid. You can change.
And
There's plenty
put in a
of
different
protection.
trustee.
But
Yeah.
one more. But if you don't like the legal protections, you have to go to the financial protections. And people say that's the long-term care insurance. Why don't people have long-term care insurance?
Well, it's extremely expensive.
Well, because I'm never going to the nursing home. Are you going to the nursing home? Hell
Not voluntarily.
no.
But
No,
Not
no.
voluntarily.
With the benefits
Right.
of this show and having known you as many number of years, I would have to say unwillingly
Right.
someone may throw me in the nursing
You
home
have-
and not listen to my desire
Do-
to make sure that I'm gone.
Do you have house insurance?
Yes,
When's the last time your house burned down?
it hasn't, but
Why do you have house insurance?
To
Because it's
protect
a
it.
preserved need.
Right.
Why don't you have long-term care? Because I'm never going in. There's no perceived need that you're going to
Well,
need
but
it.
no
But it's
long-term care
cost.
insurance will take care of you at home,
Yes.
and that's the desire. I'm
No,
looking
yeah,
into it right
I-
now.
No, you guys are not getting
I have
it.
an answer to
No one's going to get it because
I have an
everyone
answer-
says the same
I have
thing.
an answer
I'm
to your
just going to
I have an answer to your question.
I'm not.
Good
I'm
for
gonna buy
you.
I'm buying long-term care
The
insurance.
And
cost-
if you don't
the
use
cost-
it, you're going to lose it.
the cost-
That's the
Okay,
life insurance.
That's auto insurance.
No.
That's your health
Wait,
insurance.
It's a rel-
That's
wait,
every
it's a rel-
insurance
There
that
is
you
a
have.
relativity factor. Homeowners insurance, to ensure the ultimate casualty of a complete fire eliminating your house, is cheap
It is.
from the standpoint because the chances of that catastrophic event
Right.
occurring are very slim.
Right.
So therefore, the cost per insurance is low.
And everybody's got it.
Whereas on long-term care,
Right.
the chance of you, if you live long enough, you're going
So-
to need long-term care.
so give me
the
an answer.
cost is much higher.
Long-term care, if you don't use it, you lose it. You get a life insurance policy, and the life insurance company knows exactly when
With
you're going to
some
die.
riders, yeah.
Yeah, you get the long-term care right. So if you have a $500,000 death benefit, they know you're going to die. They're going to have to pay out that benefit. Then they say if you have the 2 ADLs, they'll give you the death benefit early. So they may pay it out
At
a year.
sometimes at a reduced amount.
Well, it's a dollar for dollar offset.
Yeah.
So if you spend $50,000 on long-term care, your death benefit's $450,000. If you spend $100,000, if you never use it, the kids get it all tax-free. So that's the benefit that you want for the long-term care.
So a life insurance policy with a long-term care benefit, which actually I think you and I have something like that through the firm.
And when you need to get it by, before it's too late.
Right. Well, the earlier
And
you
you
buy
need
that
that-
policy,
and
the
that
less
policy-
expensive it certainly
But
is.
the more you pay, because you're
And
paying in
sure,
longer.
that cannot be a policy that's termed. It has to be
Right.
a life
like currently
policy.
we have
So what we
we
do...
have what's called a modified whole life
Yeah, that's the
policy,
one.
and it carries us to
Now,
100,
let's be
115
smart.
years old.
Put that ownership in the irrevocable trust. Because if it's in the irrevocable trust and you're in the nursing home, Medicaid will pay the nursing home bill and the kids will still get the death benefit.
That's a good idea.
But when the kids get
That's
But
the
right
work
now,
that's showing
but
up
right
today.
now, but right now, that insurance is funding our buy-sell agreement.
Yeah, because that's the need.
But you could have the beneficiary named for the policy to our irrevocable trust.
Yeah, because then the benefit goes. So the whole idea is...
well, why wouldn't you just name your spouse and then your children?
Because the spouse is going to remarry the pool boy.
Okay, but
Wait, is it
Listen-
okay?
let's assume that's not really true.
That's going to happen 100% of the time.
What if you don't have a pool?
Then she's going to marry the tennis pro. Or worse, she's going to marry the guy or find the guy on the internet from, some weird country that loves her, and
Or in my case,
it's going to
reverse
happen.
it, and he will end up marrying Rose, which was a...
They never marry the stripper. They never
Rose
marry
wasn't
the
the
pool
stripper,
boy.
but she
They
ended up with all the money.
This is what happened. The guy down the street or the lady down the street comes over and says, "Oh, I can help you. I'll pay your bills. I'll help you. Your kids are a-holes, blah, 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 blah." Next you know, they've fallen in love with that other person, and now they want to give them the $3 million
that's closer to
estate.
Rose.
That's 100% of
So
what's going to
what's
happen.
the stripper supposed to do?
That stripper's got
You
to
got no
marry
solution?
for love because the daughter's going to have all... I tell my wife, when I die, I'm marrying a stripper. But my daughter, Kelsey's going to run all the show with all the money. You think Kelsey's going to give it to the stripper?
No.
Hell
Well,
no.
What's your wife think about that?
She loves the idea. She actually said she
you'll
went
be-
to remodeling the
you'll-
house. Wait,
you'll
wait.
be-
She
you'll
went
go
remodeling
out-
the house.
You'll go out with a smile on your
We're
face.
remodeling the house. She goes, "I need a vanity that'll hold 2 sinks." I go, "Honey, really?" She goes, "When I die, you're marrying a stripper, and I don't want her to have
In
to
my
remodel
sink?
this bathroom again." I go, "Perfect, but it's love, not money."
Wait, is it she wants 2 sinks because she wants to make sure that the stripper's not using her sink
And well,
after
I didn't
she's
go
gone?
into that level of it. But they have.
Keep her away from my sink.
How about this? The old guys, prison women pen pals.
Oh,
One of my
geez.
clients started working with one of the.
And on that note, we'll say goodnight. Have a great week. We'll be back next week with Law and Reality.